Hello, everyone. This is author, motivational speaker, and dating coach Matthew C. Horn, bringing you a video tonight titled, Only Weak Men Do Anything for the Poothie. You know what I'm talking about. But before we go any further, always know my videos in the dating space, they're inspired by my books, How to Get Beautiful Women and Everything Else You Want from Life, in addition to my latest, How to Be Appealing to Successful Black Men for Black Women. They're both available at my website, www.matthewchorne.com. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I'm bringing that heat tonight. It's been a little while. Apologize for my absence, but hey, I just roll with the inspiration, man. Life is good. Life is good that way. Tonight's video, once again, only weak men do anything for the Poothie. You know you're in the presence of a weak man when he says, as long as I get the Poothie, meaning that he'll compromise his masculinity, he'll bend over backwards, he'll overextend himself, and he'll disrespect himself in the name of getting some Poothie. And you never want to be that weak man, because if you overextend yourself and you're willing to do anything for that Poothie, then what's going to happen is that you don't have a foundation in life. The women who you physically engage with should fit in with the overall agenda and plan that you have for your life. If you are not anchored in an identity, something that you stand for, a set of principles, if you are not anchored in those things, then you can be swayed any way. Like the Bible says, tossed to and fro with any wind of doctrine, any desire. You have to be anchored so that your life stays balanced. And if you're a man who is governed by Poothie and who will do anything for that Poothie, then your life will reflect the imbalance that is within you and how you operate. That wrong woman, she's going to have you so far out to sea. You know, if you're not anchored, you're going to be so far out to sea, you're not going to be able to see the shore. The shore represents the stability that maybe you had once upon a time in your life. But once you start getting in the middle of that ocean, that's where that child support is. That's where that alimony is. That's where those false accusations are. That's where that embezzlement is. That's where you lose your mind and your world is turned upside down and you may not see a semblance of how you can find your way back to shore. That's because you didn't have a foundation. It's not about getting the Poothie. It's about getting women in your space who align with the program that you created for yourself, the set of agendas, the principles, the bylaws. A man has to stand on something. That's the cornerstone of masculinity, is that you're standing on something. And if you don't stand on something, then guess what? That Poothie is going to run your life. And when that Poothie runs your life, you have the fruits of imbalance. Because as the man, you're supposed to be the leader of yourself before you can be the leader of anyone else. And if you can't adequately lead yourself, then there are going to be forces that are unstable, that are going to infiltrate you and govern your life. You never want to have a woman jerk you around and lead you around by her Poothie. That is a sad existence. There's no way to live. And you're going to find yourself in some turmoil. But, you know, you just don't want to overextend yourself, and you never want to make a woman more valuable than you, meaning that sex is an even exchange. Okay, a weak man says what the woman has to offer is more valuable than what I have to offer. A weak man says what the woman has to offer physically is more valuable than what I have to offer physically. And you don't want to be that man, because that man overextends himself constantly, embarrasses himself and disrespects himself, and that woman can never respect him. And I can remember, you know, a guy I used to hang with some time ago. He was, trying to get some Poothie from this woman. And the woman said, look, I'm attracted to you. I know what you're here for, and I'm here for the same thing. But you're going to have to take me here first and buy me this. And I told him, I was just like, she punked you. She made you give her an offering. But he was just like, well, we both got what we wanted. And I told him, well, no. Because she has a man that she's sexually attracted to that she's not going to require those things of him. So she made you pay a price for something that's an even exchange. So she punked you. And I just kept it real. And his stance, he couldn't see it, or he didn't want to accept it, that he overextended himself in the name of getting some Poothie and made the woman more valuable than him. And a lot of guys will do that. But ultimately, those guys are the guys that women don't respect anyway, because the women know that they're more valuable than the man deep down, especially the quality man that she wants. So you never want to keep a disrespectful woman in your space, and you never want to overextend yourself and make that woman more important than you, because that's going to create an unhealthy dynamic where that woman is going to be dragging you around by her Poothie. She's going to make you do all kinds of things because you're weak for that Poothie. Masculinity is being able to go without. Masculinity is understanding that once a woman disrespects you, that it doesn't get better, because inevitably on a conscious and unconscious level, she can't respect you because you don't respect yourself. It never gets better. I've never re-engaged a woman after she's disrespected me, whether it's days, weeks, months, or years have elapsed, and let that woman back in my space and she didn't do the same stupid stuff or worse. I promise you, man. You have to learn to love and respect yourself. And so once a woman gives you the experience that you're looking for that aligns with how you see yourself, you can let that woman in. But the minute that she gives you an experience that's contrary to how you see yourself, that's contrary to how you've treated her, meaning now we have imbalance. The minute that happens, if you weak for that Poothie and keep her there, it's going to get worse. But if you're strong and you get rid of her, then that's going to add to your layers of masculinity that will set you apart from the pack. A real man is not afraid to go without. You will become so internally strong and get so deep into your masculinity that your world will become even more balanced when you can go without that disrespectful Poothie. When the sensation of self-respect is greater than the sensation of that disrespectful Poothie, now you're a man. Now you have some balance in your life. Now you're not going to be taken out to sea, but you're going to be anchored by the shore. You're going to have that stability. And the last thing I wanted to say is that when you're a masculine man, men and women will hate you. Men will hate you because when they get around you, they see that it's possible to be an attractive man who only deals with women who deal with him on a level of respect. And he gets that Poothie from women who respect him. And the men that hate you are the men who refuse to do the work to become the optimal man that women respect. So these are the men that have to offer women gifts, cash, and prizes to have access to that Poothie, not knowing that she has a man that she desires, that she is dealing with, who had to do none of that. So men will hate you when they get around you and they actually see that you're not overextending yourself or bending over backwards in the name of getting some Poothie, but you're standing tall and only dealing with women and attracting women who are dealing with you on a physical level based on their desire for you, not because of the exchange of gifts, which puts her on a higher plane than you. That's ultimate masculinity, and some men are threatened by that because their definition of masculinity is now threatened, and so they want to eradicate the threat, which is you. So you have to be dangerous. If you're a masculine man, you better be dangerous. You better be ready for whatever, whenever. And the women will hate you because they go through life manipulate. I'm not going to say every woman, but many women go through life dangling their Poothie in front of men, and these guys dance like jesters, hoping to get a whiff, buying them this, buying them that, jumping through this hoop, tolerating disrespect, follow them around, putting up with all kinds of stuff in the name of getting that Poothie. And if a woman is not a quality woman, meaning that she cannot inspire a man to give her those things through her presence for femininity and her behavior, then that means she's a low quality woman who essentially goes through life getting things from men by exchanging her Poothie or the hope of getting close to getting that Poothie. And you don't want to be that man that is jerked around by that Poothie. You have to be masculine, but once again, those women will not like you because they can't manipulate you. And if they come across a man that their number one superpower that they believe they have, their Poothie, cannot conquer and they cannot manipulate that man, then they now hate him, because that is a man who lets her know that she is not as powerful as she thinks she is. So what does she want to do to that man? Eradicate him. That's what people like to do to threats, and neutralize and eradicate them. So I just wanted to be real with you tonight. A quality woman will inspire a man through her femininity and her presence. Always be the man that can match her, and only deal with women who give you exactly what you are giving to them. This has been Matthew C. Horne, author, motivational speaker, and dating coach, bringing you a video tonight, once again titled, Only Weak Men Do Anything for That Poothie. This has been a good one. Hope you learned something. Been inspired by my books, How to Get Beautiful Women and Everything Else You Want from Life, and also How to Be Appealing to Successful Black Men for Black Women. They're both available at www.matthewchorne.com. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And if this video has been of value to you, if you feel like you have learned something and your thought processes have been elevated, don't forget to hit my donation information that's in the description. Drop me a little something, I'll keep these videos going. In addition to that, if you feel like someone like me can be a positive presence in your life to show you how to get anchored and have the experiences that you want to have in the dating game, man or woman, and I can be your coach, email me at matthewchorne23@gmail.com. I've enjoyed spending some time with you tonight. Always remember, be anchored in self-love, excuse me, and self-respect, and don't be driven around by that Poothie. I'm out, man. See y'all soon.